Good morning. It's MAGA Hat, MAGA Hat, MAGA Hat Monday.
Trump, you never see him around strong, intelligent women, ever.
Illuminati is a thing you need to watch out for. They want to depopulate and slave us so much more. World domination, I'll get into that later. I'm hardcore, fierce and sexy. You're just a hater. You deserve the ridicule because you're an absolute zero. I'm the keeper of the chalice, a rock and roll hero. I'm not an idiot nobody listens to, because I'm not a failure in life like you. Let's talk about Bill Gates and the mark of the beast and the orgies in the streets at the Catholic feasts and Bill and Hillary's human trafficking ring. And George Soros got the money to pay for everything. Socialism is for losers, working for the devil. Chumps that can't fight, they ain't on my level. It takes an evil one to try to debunk and doubt it, so I'd rather die than stop talking about it. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Watch out for the Illuminati. Watch out for the Illuminati.
Good morning. This is a follow-up video from yesterday. As you know, yesterday I reported exclusively at the time the abomination of communism hitting Bay Ridge, where the communists hoisted up a communist flag high above Bay Ridge by the Belt Parkway going towards the Verrazano Bridge. And it was a horrid scene indeed. And shout out once again to my good buddy Vlad, America's favorite beer vampire, for sending me those images. I mean, they were horrid images, but the message has to come across, and let's hope the message is clear enough. The Democrats are not that nice, sweet party that took us out of the Great Depression in the 30s and brought us to victory in World War II and stood up to the Cubans during the missile crisis. These are not those Democrats. These are the very communists that those Democrats fought against and stood up against. Do you think John F. Kennedy would have stood idly by while people hoist up communist flags in our country? What could you do for your country is the question to ask. That's not what your country could do for you, but what you could do for your country. And that's a great quote from the inaugural speech of John F. Kennedy. And never could it be more clear. For your country, when you spot communism, if you can't crush and defeat it on your own, by yourself, fighting against them, it is your civic duty to alert the people who are in a position where they can. And the message is clear. The communists have infiltrated the Democratic Party. And why do I say that? Because Bay Ridge, communist flag, that is the district of Councilman Justin Brannan, who now has the gall to run for controller. Do you want communists controlling you? Do you want that sort of thing happening? Communism is an abomination. Socialism is like a disease. It is the worst thing to happen to any society. It is the worst form of government that could happen to any society. And you have former members of the Weather Underground who mutilated people, robbed armored cars, and freaking bombed buildings, shot at police officers, planted bombs in hopes of killing police officers. They are now college professors educating our youth. And what form of education is this? Of course, they're teaching them that communism is nice, socialism is nice. Socialism, as I say in my song, is for losers that are working for the devil. And they are chumps that can't fight who ain't on my level. And they prove that time and time again because they recruit our own youth to turn against us and fight for their unimportant cause on their behalf. And that is just wrong. That is evil on so many levels. It's virtually Satanism in its purest form. And we can't have this, folks. We can't have this. I'm telling you, you can't let communism slip in the door. To be a communist is to be Stalin. Don't be Stalin. There are worse leaders in this world than Adolf Hitler. And the first one of such leaders that comes to mind is Joseph Stalin. Joseph Stalin is the face of communism. Then you could say, well, what about Castro? What about Che Guevara? Well, Che Guevara, on behalf of Castro, used to drag people out of their homes and put bullets in their heads in front of their families. All for saying, you know what? This Castro guy that just took over, I don't like what he's doing. Bullet in their head just for criticizing the government, for verbally criticizing the government. Don't get me started on all the people that Stalin had killed over the years. Did you know Stalin killed more Jews than Hitler? Don't tell me Hitler was the worst ever, that he is the epitome of the worst leader in the world, and when there are worse people than him. There are worse people than him. Che Guevara, or Fidel Castro, who had Che Guevara working for him. Joseph Stalin, of course. Lenin was no angel either. Chairman Mao. Come on now. You're gonna tell me Chairman Mao is a nice guy? These people make Adolf Hitler sound like a nice guy. And I'd rather this country be run by Donald Trump than any Democrat, because these Democrats have become communist, and communism equals Stalin. Don't be Stalin. As I said, to be a communist is to be Stalin. Don't be Stalin. And I don't know how else to put it to you. But I'll tell you this, if this country becomes a communist country, yours truly, that's right, me, MC Two-Tone, John A. Krantz, Killer for real, founding father figure of industrial rap. I wouldn't be allowed to do my industrial rap, because if I do my industrial rap and they don't like something in the lyrics of my song, off to the goulashes I go. Or gulags. Sorry, I mispronounced a word. Ooh. Just like I misspelled a word yesterday with my special report. But cooler heads prevailed, patriotic heads prevailed, and that flag that was flying over the Belt Parkway yesterday has been taken down. Down, down, down. And we never want to see anything like that ever again. I have a proposal, and it's virtually harmless. It involves explosions and flames, but it's virtually harmless because the target would not be any living creature at all, much less a human being. The target would just be an abomination of an excuse of a piece of fabric called the communist flag, or any flag that represents anti-Americanism. Just like they would do in the days of the Roman Empire. You get some Roman candles, light it up, hold that Roman candle shaft in your hand, aim it right at that communist flag. And then watch it burn, burn, burn. You know, there are people who are so into flag burnings. They want to burn beautiful Old Glory all the time. They have this little weenie beanie chubby for burning the American flag. When there are so many different colored flags of the spectrum that you could burn. The Iranian flag. Any flag that has a hammer and sickle on it. The flag of the Taliban, which is easy to spot. It looks like the Saudi flag, only it's reverse colors. There's your connection between the Saudis and the Taliban right there. And so many other flags to burn other than Old Glory. There are flags that represent ideologies of sexuality and gender-affirming care for minors. Why not burn those? You're not hurting people, you're just burning fabric. So, I'm not against flag burning, I'm just against burning the US flag, the American flag, the flag that my uncles risked their lives for in World War II, that another couple of uncles of mine risked their lives in the Korean War, as well as my father. My father was a Korean War vet. God bless his righteous soul in holy heaven. He lived to the age of 69. Every once in a while I look up to the heavens and say, man, I could sure use my father's guidance right now. But, you know, God's taken me through this walk, and God put me on this mission. God gave me the gift of being able to put together lyrics and make rap songs. And I figured, well, since God is going to give me this gift, I might as well use it to spread the message of watching out for the tyranny of evil men and the Illuminati. The Illuminati. And that's why I wrote the songs that I wrote. I believe that the message comes from God through me. Even the songs with the cuss words in it. And when people didn't appreciate my music, that's when I switched it up to this. Because the bottom line is not to entertain and make people clap their hands, although I enjoy doing that. And I will still put out a rap song once in a while. I never say never. I learned that. But the message still has to come out, whether it's in the form of a rap song or these videos. And at the end of the day, it whittles down to the same basic message. And it's a strong message. And that's what it comes down to. And of course, that message is my closing statement that I say at the end of every video. And so on to the I say, respect God, watch out for the Illuminati, follow and share my content, stay strong, keep kicking that slang. It's your boy in the building, hip-hop legend, recording engineer, underground rock and roll hero, MC Too Tall. Keep the communists out of America.